Good morning, good morning, good morning. Are we ready? How's it going, Fahad? Got Julian, we got Krisha, we got Tan in here too. Let's do a quick audio check. It has been a while since we've done a live stream. So just give me a quick yes or no. Yay or nay. Julian says, my good, music good. Harshit is in here too. Let me guess, Harshit, you want to cover Cardano? Oh, there he says it right there. Don't forget to cover Cardano. Smash the likes, guys. If you guys want me to cover Cardano, you want me to cover XRP, you're gonna have to get the likes up. Because I know the Bitcoiners are lazy. I know they're not gonna hit the likes. But if you altcoiners are out there, if you guys want those altcoins covered, smash them likes. Because you guys know me. I'm likely to just stay on Bitcoin for the entire stream. Iron Devil 3000 says, how about TA on BitTensor? Does that coin still exist? Oh wait, BitTensor's Tao, right? TAO. Yeah, that one's supposed to be good. And CANTON network. We could take a look if we do cover everything I do want to cover today, and I want to cover a lot today. Today, guys, is gonna set the tone for the months to come, perhaps even the year to come. So today's gonna be brainstorming, mindset setting. It's gonna be one of those streams where if you're looking for quick answers, you're gonna be disappointed. But if you're looking to learn, you're looking to strategize, you're looking to actually make money this year, these are the streams that are gonna matter. These are the streams that are gonna help you with your sizing, etc. In fact, let me just get a few charts set up real quick. We can begin. Should we just jump into the stream for now? I think we should. While it's set up, why not, right? Why not? And I hope I got it right. I did. Almost. I'm a little bit off centered. Oh, there we go. Good morning. My name is Sean Jackson, and I welcome you back to the first Mango live stream of the year. And with that, I want to wish you guys a happy new year, a happy 2026. And yes, how could I forget, we gotta set the Mango word of the year this year. If you guys do remember, I'm going to turn down the music for a tad bit, by the way. The Mango word of the year last year help us solidify our positioning, our relationships, our fitness, etc. going into the year. The year was about solidifying every area where you are lacking, where you don't have your baseline, right? And that helped us make our decisions every time we reach those forks, right? Should I go out on the extreme and leverage over here, or should I be solidifying my position? Not just when pertaining to your investments, your trades, but also when pertaining to your fitness, your relationships with friends and family. Have I leveraged for far too long and neglected family? Do I need to fly across the world and visit them? Well, we use that word to help us make those decisions. And again, it's not the end of the year just yet. You guys still have like a month or two, because remember, we set the Mango word of the year towards the end of Jan, Febish, right? So any solidifying you guys have to do, you still have time if you can do it, right? If you neglected it, I implore you to take this year's Mango word of the year seriously. We have not yet set it. I've already kind of got the idea. I'm trying to get the words. But hey, again, the guesses can begin, and there will be a reward for anyone who does guess it right. Good to see Avi in here. Israr Ahmed in here as well. Can you take a look at XPR network? Do you mean XRP network? XPR, never heard of that one. We're kind of going off track over here, but yeah, Mango of the year will be coming up. Stay tuned for that. If you guys aren't in our Discord yet, make sure you join the mangoway.com/Discord. And today's live stream is going to be focused on us setting the stage for the months and the years to come. And I want to say this right now, if you guys are looking for quick answers, right, looking for easy answers, you guys are looking for something that is binary that you can just do now and keep doing for the rest of the year, this is the wrong channel. That's not how we've made our money from 2023 all the way to 2025, and that's not how we're going to make our money. And by the way, Mango killed it. Okay, if you just followed the template I set out for you guys at the beginning of each year, right, for the past for the past 8 years, to be honest, but we got a lot more structured over the past few years, right? Instead of me just giving you guys what to do, I gave you guys a structured way on how to do it over the past few years. And again, I'm going to try to do that again for you guys this year in 2026. But if you're looking for a calls channel, you're looking for easy answers, there's an X button on the top right hand side. I suggest smashing it. However, if you are looking to actually make money instead of just getting, smashed around the badminton court like a little shuttlecock, then smash the like instead, because Mango's here for you. We are going to be looking at Bitcoin across multiple time frames. I'm going to be giving you guys my multi-time frame analysis on how I am seeing things playing out at the moment. It's not going to be answers that many of you guys like. Whether you're bullish or bearish, you're not going to like what I'm going to say today. I guarantee you that. Right? This year might be the hardest year, mindset-wise, over the past let's say 2023, 3 years, 4 years, maybe. This year is going to be difficult. Okay, this year is going to be difficult. Now more than ever, I implore you guys to focus. Right, focus more than ever. And holy shit, there's money to be made, a lot of money to be made, but it's not gonna come in the way that you expect. I guarantee you though that if you follow okay, listen, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, don't listen to me. I'm just a random dude on the internet with curly hair. Who would listen to this guy, right? Right, so this is just entertainment. All of this shit is just entertainment. I'm just an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's your disclaimer. Don't follow anything I'm saying. That being said, this idiot over here with curly hair is saying that if you do follow what I have to say, right, by the end or mid 2027, not by the end of this year, okay, you're not going to be feeling too good about yourself for a lot of this year, but you're going to look back to 2027 and say, holy shit, thank God I did the mango way, right? And how many of you guys said that when we followed the same plan in 2022, 2023, and 2024? Holy shit, thank God I did Sean's way, right? It didn't feel all that good in the beginning, but when you look at how wrecked everyone else got, your gains, right? Your gains not looking too shabby now, huh? Your gains are not looking too shabby now, huh? Freaking guys, everyone compared what they were doing to what they wanted, right? Because they wanted 2017's gains. They wanted the mania of 3AC and FTX. But they didn't realize that they were outperforming everyone else. And hell, if you followed us since then, since like FTX days, you outperformed some of the biggest hedge funds too. So, okay. Let's begin. I just want to get a feel for how everyone's feeling about bull market, bear market. Spam in the chat. Bull or bear? Julian says mini bear. James says bearish. Tan says bear. Kisha says it's tough when you have the monthly chart opened up. I purposely did that to set the tone for you guys. I was hoping one of you would mention that. Like, you guys want to be bearish, right? You guys want to be bearish. But look at this. Can we be bearish here? So James Kanoy, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. He says bearish, right? That's different from saying, hey, we are in a bear market versus I am bearish. You could be bearish at this juncture, but still think that we are in the bull market. I mean, it's hard to feel like we've been in a bull market, right? It's gone sideways for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months and 6-month capitulation, and then going sideways again. But this would suggest, this indicator over here, considering that we're holding the trend, suggests that, hey, we're still bullish. So, what do you feel, James? Are we in a bear market? It's important, right? Fahad says, even on the bi-weekly, we haven't broken structure yet. Alexander says, 4-year cycle ended October 6th. Under 50 weekly, and 10-month is in a bear market as well. How's it going, Alexander? Happy New Year to you. Cannot argue with I've not been looking at the 50 weekly personally, but the 10-month, How can we ignore that? Right? And we will be covering that soon too. But how can we ignore this? The monthly dynamic is the bull's last stand. If we lost it, I think it will be a typical 1 year bear market. All right. So from what I'm understanding, Julian is saying that we're going to have a mini bear market. And the reason he's using mini at the moment is because we still have the monthly dynamic support, along with other things. If we lose the monthly dynamic, according to Julian, he will change his stance from mini bear market to a typical 1 year bear market. That's what I can garner from his two statements. Am I correct, Julian? Alexander is saying that we are already in it, rightfully so. I mean, sorry, justifiably so. Don't say right. There's no right or wrong in this kind of analysis, by the way, guys. Try not to do that. Try not to want to be right. As soon as you try to be right, you have already foregone money. Believe me. Believe me. You try to be right, you have let money go. Don't try to be right. Try to make money. It's bullish short term, says Israr. Grabbing liquidity, scaring the piss out of everyone. So if saying bullish short term, it's going to go grab liquidity to the upside, right? Right, Israr? Where are you saying the liquidity is going to be grabbed on? What time frame? If you're looking at the low time frames, then not all that high. So you're looking at short-term liquidity grabs. But if you're looking at this on the monthly, why can't we grab liquidity on the monthly time frame? Right? I mean, I don't want to use this as an example. It's so cliche. We're going to come back to how I see a potential play. But just using your statement right there, Israr. Liquidity being grabbed could happen on this time frame, in which case we would be looking at the highs getting tapped, perhaps an extension over the highs, right? In that case, would the bear market have actually begun? Like we've had this discussion in the previous bear market. Do we start here? Did the bear market begin here, and was this a liquidity grab? Or did the bear market begin, or rather was the top here, right? You could and you should make an argument for both and then assess where the bottom could be. And that's what we did during last cycle. And it helped us a lot in framing our thesis for the bottom and also our thesis for why we think the high may come before the halving. It sounds like a tangent, but what I'm trying to say over here is because we entertained both possibilities and we plotted it on the chart and we said we're not trying to be right, we're trying to make money, we were able to come up with a really good thesis on why we should get an all-time high before the halving. Similarly, I don't want us to be right in today's brainstorming session. I want us to think about possibilities and where we should attach probabilities so that if we are seeing reasonable probabilities on multiple outcomes, we should try to plan for a execution setup for this year for both those probable, both or multiple, could be three. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Makes things difficult. But if we do come up with multiple paths forward, we need to plan for it. So Isra says monthly liquidity grab. I like what you're saying. That would mean a push towards 125K and higher. E-tron says, can you show 2022 chart with the ribbon? 2022 is right here, man. We lost the, I can zoom in for you guys. This was the big break, right over here. I mean, by the way, this, you guys don't need to wait for this to break to be bearish, by the way, right? I would be a hypocrite to say that because I purposefully did not show this indicator to you guys, even though we used it in the last cycle. Rather, I showed you guys the indicator. I didn't show you guys this time frame on the indicator throughout the cycle because I don't want you guys to have reasons to hold on to a position on your trade just because this is holding. I mean, it's holding over here. It did not hold over here. It held for a few months and then lost it, right? And then bear market. Now, I'm going to begin with the analysis, okay? And then just like how we are brainstorming right now, we're going to brainstorm, okay, guys? We're going to brainstorm. We're not going to try to be right. We're going to be like, okay, these are all the possibilities. So let's begin. We're going to start with the dashboard. I genuinely believe this is the most powerful tool in all of crypto right now, right? For everything. I can say that because during the entire Christmas season, I wasn't even looking at the dynamic, right? Not because the dynamic's not powerful, it's because the high time frames at the moment, it's not going to change all that much, right? It gives you good levels to bid, to exit, etc. But for me to set my mindset as to how the market is actually changing throughout all the charts, not just one coin, right? Nothing beats looking at this really quickly when you're busy with family, busy with Christmas season, busy with New Year's, busy with getting sick, right? At the end of every day, it's become habit to the point of OCD. I literally come onto app.mangoresearch.co. You just got to do two things, guys, okay? Just two things. You don't even need to get overcomplicated. Start off with either the high time frame and work back to the low time frame, or start off with the low time frame. Look at the top right-hand corner. Okay, top right-hand corner, you're looking at market-wide trend and market-wide volatility, right? Can you guys see where my cursor is? That's it. All you have to do is look there and then scroll through the time frames. 4 hours saying short, market-wide, average trend is short, market-wide volatility is blue, 12 hour is neutral, daily is long. Ooh, that's good. 2-day is neutral. Okay, that's an improvement. When I'm doing this every single day, I'm getting to see the changes, right? I'm getting to feel the changes. So market-wide trend is now flipped to neutral. 4-day is neutral. Red volatility though. Weekly is short. Okay, that gives me a good assessment of how aggressive I should be when looking for positions. With this, I'm not all that aggressive. I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to say, okay, if I want to go long, based on the weekly, having short pressure, having downside pressure, I can lay off the gas at the moment, right? I can sit back, I can wait for the market to come to me. I don't need to chase anything, right? Now, if you're playing the low time frames, the 4 hour is a 4 hour short actually at the moment. The 12 hour neutral. There's no reason to be chasing at the moment, guys. That's what this is telling me, right? No reason to be chasing anything if you are looking to go long. However, if you're looking to go short, well, maybe in that case, you're looking for opportunity and you should be waiting at the edge of your seat to execute on the opportunity because the trend is in your favor, and any push up into your levels would be something you want to attack, right? Because the downside pressure will come really, really quick on any moves. This is what the dashboard said me, and this is exactly how the market has been playing out, right? Okay, cool. Now we can narrow down on Bitcoin specifically. I'm gonna hit the drop down. You can see the 4 hours long, but we just went across the time frames and we saw that market-wide trend is showing short on the 4 hour, right? So now I know that Bitcoin is, at least for now, outperforming the market average. Okay, good. Daily is long, neutral on the 12 hour, 2-day short, 4-day neutral, weekly short. So overall, Bitcoin is matching the market, but on the 4 hour, it's beginning to show some strength compared to the rest of the market. Okay, might be the start of something, might just be noise, right? It is a low time frame after all. So this picture, if I had to isolate and forget about the rest of the market, forget about the altcoins, the weekly isn't giving me any confidence in wanting to chase anything. The daily is telling me we have momentum on the mid time frames, and the 4 hour is giving me that momentum. The 12 hour is not giving it to me either. So again, I don't want to chase. There's no reason for me to chase over here. In fact, if I were a betting man, I'd be looking for any upthrust to short into, just based on this, right? The daily, however, is making me pause. The 4-day, however, is making me pause. The 4-day flipping neutral is good. The volatility on the daily is also pretty good. So we have to respect the daily trend. We don't want to get too aggressive on looking for shorts because we want to allow this to, we want to allow this to expand if it wants to, because the volatility on the daily is 15 and it's long, right? So I have the weekly time frame in front of me. I have the weekly being saying that high time frame, mid high time frames are showing me downside pressure. But what about the monthly, right? For the monthly, we're going to have to go on over to the chart. Now, this, guys, is the monthly dynamic, okay? And it's telling us that we haven't lost the monthly dynamic trend yet, but this is a monthly time frame. You don't want to rely on just this for your downside momentum, right? However, because we're so close to this level, okay, and I want, let's go back to the dashboard for a quick sec, guys. I want you guys to notice that support listed by the dashboard is sitting at 86,000, okay? This is going to be important now. Listen to this. Support is sitting at 86,000. Bitcoin is sitting at around 90,000. Remember, this is higher time frame stuff, okay? So you don't got to get too nitpicky. All you're looking to see is whether this price is close enough to this price, the support price, relative to the resistance. So if you can just draw this out in your head, resistance sitting at 112,000, right? Bitcoin sitting at 92,000 and support is at 86,000. Is Bitcoin closer to support, or is Bitcoin closer to resistance? That's ask yourself. That's what you guys need. In fact, what do you guys think? Should we have that as a feature over here, where we say price is closer to support versus resistance? Should we say something like that? Some sort of like analysis over here for you guys. Would you guys like that? Anyways, price is sitting closer to support, right? So even though we have downside weekly pressure, we have higher time frame support. So will that weekly pressure beat that support, or will support come in to flip that weekly trend around? Well, you attach that to the fact that 4 hours long, dailies long, we're beginning to see that support apply pressure on the lower time frames, right? Will it cascade? We're looking for the 2-day to flip for that, then the 4-day, and then finally the weekly before we can get bullish on the higher time frames. But we do have support coming in on the dashboard. Price is close to support, right? And we did go all the way down to like 90,000 not too long ago, right? So couple that with the fact that we have dynamic support over here too on the monthly time frame. It's coming at 84,000. Not bad, not bad. How's it going, Wolves? Okay, so considering the dashboard is giving us support underneath and the monthly dynamic is giving us support underneath, we can't get aggressive on looking to short right here. That's something we know for sure. You'll be shorting into support. That's something you don't want to do. You don't want to be selling to support. You don't want to be shorting support. So can we expect any upside from here? Well, I did do a daily video very, very recently saying that on the mid time frames, we do have a really nice setup. Okay, right here, we're looking at the mango view on the dashboard. I'm looking at this over here because it keeps things very easy for you guys, especially if you don't have the Ichimoku settings, etc., etc. Just with like, I'm just going to unclick everything at the moment. Just with a few clicks, like hit your drop down here, go on to the 2-day time frame. Then what I want you guys to do is click on your Ichimoku, and you're going to see that the Tenkin is right underneath, sitting at $89,000, and the Kijun is flat all the way at $103,000. So we have a C-span trade developing over here, where price, as long as it's holding the Tenkin, you can see it's holding the Tenkin, right, can make its way all the way up to the Kijun. That's a support and resistance trend trade using Ichimoku principles. So we have that playing out over here. If you turn on your 10 SMA and your 200 MA, you can see that the 200 SMA is coming in confluence with the Kijun. So you can draw on a zone over there saying that, hey, I can look at that for a target zone for my take profits. Okay, remember $103,000, 101 to 103. Similarly, the 10 SMA is confluencing with the Tenkin, right? So you can draw in a zone over there saying that that is going to be my invalidation zone. If price loses that zone, I'm going to start scaling out of my trade. Okay, cool. So we do have technical analysis saying that we have a trade and we have that momentum coming in from that support on the weekly time frame, coming in from that monthly dynamic, and confluencing with our mango view trade over here on a Tenkin to a Kijun C-span trade. Okay, cool. We have that upside set up now between the dashboard's weekly support, the monthly dynamic, and the 2-day time frame. Okay, good. We have that. But does that mean we're going to the moon? Does that mean that we're going all the way to ISRA's target of tapping this liquidity over here? We don't have that just yet. This is resistance. We have to respect this. As soon as we come up here, guys, $103,000. I want you guys to flip back to the Mango view and ask yourself, okay, we're going to be at 103, Kijun resistance, 200 MA resistance. Are we now going to be closer to resistance on the dashboard or support on the dashboard? At that point, we're going to be closer to resistance. So you got to play that probability, maybe take some profits, or at least at the very least, do not be buying over there. Do not look to be a buyer over there at all. Okay? So, now, let's move on. Remember, I spoke to you guys about this 2-day trade on the Mango view. You can see it, the same view over here on Trading View. It's a tad bit more complicated, looking a bit messy. I don't like this over here, but I do want to point out that we have a Kumo twist here where price does tend to get sucked into. Could have pointed it out to you guys over here as well, but I don't want to mess this up over here. I want to point something out though. Coming back onto the Mango view, flip on your swing highs and your swing lows, okay? And you guys can see that you have a high structure over here, right? You have lower high, high low, lower low right over here. This is the first higher high that's getting printed, but I don't trust it. If we can take out this higher high, you're gonna see the market react to this. Very simple. So this is all you guys need to work with for the mid time frames. Switch onto your Mango view, switch onto the 2-day time frame. Click on your Ichimoku and click on your swing low, swing highs. You can even turn off your 10 SMA, 200 MA for now, right? Just do that. Just keep it as simple as this. High gets taken out. Straight move to the Kijun is likely, but do not FOMO over here. Remember, Mango dashboard is saying resistance at 112,000. At that point, you'll be closer to resistance than you will be at support. You also have Kijun resistance that you have 200 moving average resistance over there, and we will be coming back to why I think you should be ultra careful over there. Okay, that's where I'm going to crush all the bulls' hearts, because I have for you guys a signal that has just triggered that has never failed, right? So we'll come to that very, very soon. Okay, but before that, we have to respect what's going on the mid time frames. So now we're looking at the 12-hour time frame on Bitcoin. Looking at a nice edge-to-edge potential setup all the way to around 95,000. It is a 12 after all, but what's important to note is the 12 hours flipped green. For the first time since so we flipped green over here, somewhere around here, I would say, since October. This is the first time we're flipping green since around October. And October was maybe when Bitcoin wanted to run, but we had the entire Binance, or I don't know who's to blame, don't really care. It happened, right? The markets broke down. Now, the markets have a chance to heal based on this structure, right? This is a nice ascending triangle structure, right? Break up. Do we see resistance over here and get sucked back down to the Kumo twist? Because remember, the Kumo twist is going to be underneath us at that point. So that is a possibility. But then we want a high-low, and then we want another attempt at the highs. Now, this is a 12-hour. So we have a bullish setup playing out on the monthly. We have the bullish setup playing out on the 2-day. We have a potential bullish setup on the 12-hour, provided we see continuation. What's going on with the rest of the time frames, though? Now we have to go back a few time frames. Okay, I've given you guys the bullish side of things. I'm now going to present to you guys the bear side of things. And the bear side of things, by the way, guys, cannot be ignored, because it is scary, very scary, in fact. Okay, we're going to be starting with the infamous bi-weekly dynamic that unfortunately Bitcoin finally lost after a clean ass trend for years, mind you, years. All good things come to an end, and unfortunately this one came to an end, right? We lost it on this big thrust down. We closed multiple weekly candles, bi-weekly candles underneath it, and now we're kind of drifting back up towards it until we can claim it. It is bearish. In fact, even after we claim it, it is bearish. Now, I know many of you would disagree with me on that. You guys will be, hey, but Sean, we claimed it back, right? It could be a fake out. It could be a bear trap. That's not how I view it. I've done a tutorial within the Mango Dynamic section where I talked about this, where if you are trending against a certain time frame on the mango dynamic and then you lose it, you're likely going to consolidate around it. Likely, I'm talking about likely, probably, not certainly, before you see the decision being made as to whether the asset wants to trend up or trend down. After holding a trend for so long, the probability of it breaking down is higher, in my opinion, than breaking up. Because this was so clean, the market is going to respect it, right? So there's a lot of work that needs to be done over here is what I'm trying to say. We have to first claim it. Then we have to find signs that this wants to actually hold trend over here, or rather hold consolidation bullishly versus breaking down, right? So we will see the signs and we'll talk about that, and make sure to subscribe. But first, before we can even look for the signs, we need to reclaim the biweekly dynamic. Because even after we reclaim the biweekly dynamic, guys, we're going to have to first look for the consolidation. And more importantly, Bitcoin needs to claim the monthly 10 SMA as well. So we've lost the monthly 10 SMA. We've lost the biweekly dynamic. We cannot reasonably be bullish for $200,000 until upwards of $200,000. Let's just say 200. Okay, let's put $200,000 as no. We should not look for it. We should not look for it until Bitcoin can claim both the monthly 10 SMA and the biweekly dynamic. Then you'll be asking me, Sean, if we can do that, if we can claim the biweekly dynamic, if we can claim the monthly 10 SMA, would you then start looking for $200,000 and above? And my answer to you is no. That still is not enough for me. I would want to see Bitcoin place a higher low structure above the monthly 10 SMA. Until that happens, I'm not going to be looking for a prolonged trend. I will be looking for this cycle, right, to play out like it has always been playing out, where we see 6 months of up, 6 months of up, 6 months of down, etc., etc. 6-month cycles is what I'm going to be continuing to look for, right? And we're going to come back to that as well. That too, by the way, is leaning bearish. So what would actually flip me bullish is seeing that higher time frame, that high-low structure above the 10 SMA. I want to see high-low structure form here, in which case I'm going to be looking for a prolonged run, right? Until then, we have to respect that Bitcoin is still playing a consolidatory structure over here where it could go into the highs. And by the way, these highs could go as far as 145 to 155. We could even go to 160, right? That, like, in hindsight, right? I know at the time it's gonna feel like, oh my god. There's no way we're gonna top, right? There's no way, like we've made a new high. Like why would it still be bearish? But in hindsight, when I draw it out for you guys like this and then like this, it's gonna look so obvious that, oh, we lost trend, we just came up, tapped liquidity, called SFP, tap liquidity, call it whatever the F you want to. In hindsight, it's gonna look like this, right? And how often have you seen this structure on your altcoins as well, where we've lost structure, trend, broken back up, tapped into the highs, broken back down, tapped again, and then broken back down aggressively. So until I see high-low structure above the monthly 10 SMA, I'm going to be looking for anything into 155, 160 as a take profit opportunity. And this is not coming out of my ass. I called for this way before. Exponent, Black, Julian, Avi, Krisha will all remember this. Way before we lost the monthly 10 SMA, way before we lost the biweekly dynamic, I said if Bitcoin loses its trend against gold, I'm going to be looking to sell into the highs. That's my plan. It's not me coming up with this on the fly. I'm just following a plan I set months and months ago, right? So we have a lot of work to do, and we could do it. We could see those signs. We could see Bitcoin put in all the signs that makes me want to change my mind. It's not me changing my mind. It's me saying that, oh, wait a minute. We got the triggers for me to hold back and allow for price to keep going. As of now, though, if we make those moves into that 150K, if I don't see the high-low setup, I'm going to be looking at this entire thing as a take profit opportunity. right? So monthly time frame loss, bi-weekly dynamic loss, but we could still make our way up to 150. That's what Sean is saying over here, right? That's why I'm saying you guys are not going to like what I'm saying, whether you're bullish or bearish, because the bulls want price to keep going and going and going. The bears want price to go down right away. I don't know whether we see things that way. Another thing I want to point out to you guys is something I drew out a while ago, which was essentially this rising structure. How do I, maybe I can hide the path. Okay, yeah. So this rising trend and the lower time frame trend as well, right? So we have this rising channel and this wedge within the channel. We wanted Bitcoin to break this wedge to the upside. If it did not break the wedge to the upside, we unfortunately had this pattern playing out where we break the trend to the downside and then see an aggressive push down. I mean, this could come way lower, right? If we lose the low over here, I can actually draw out a dotted line for you guys over here. Actually, let's do this. Right, we want this low to hold, right? So if we can hold this low, then there's still a chance for us to continue upside to the upside, but it's like you're playing with fire at that point, right? We have a broadening wedge too that begins to get formed with it. You guys see it? Let me try and draw it out for you guys. Oh wait, this is the wrong pattern. Can I draw it out for you guys? Nah, I can't. I have to shade this entire area. But you guys see it, right? From here and here. That's, yeah, we got to hold that. Now, I want to come back to the monthly time frame. You guys see that? I was... I'm going to be breaking hearts here. People are going to leave the stream. But I just want to show you guys this, because this would not be fair if I don't show it to you guys, because there's opportunity to be made over here, right? Like, I want to say this before I give you guys my targets. I still believe that by 2032, Bitcoin is going to be sitting at an average of around 750,000. I have a band of 500,000 to 1 million, right? And right in the center would be 750,000, right? So average of 750K Bitcoin could happen very, very quickly. It's going to seem like it's far away, but you blink your eye and we're suddenly at 2032 and Bitcoin's sitting at $500,000. Don't be surprised. That being said, we could make our way all the way down to this zone over here, considering we've lost the 10 SMA, coming in at around $38,000 to $46,000. You guys are going to say, Sean, you're crazy. But we have to leave this here. I'm going to leave this on the chart here. We have a lot of work. The bears have a lot of work before that can be done. And I'm going to be talking about that very, very soon. This is a possibility. This is a possibility. And then finally, you guys ready for the most bearish chart in the history of Bitcoin? Let me know. Is spam yes or no? If enough of you guys spam no, I'll skip it. And no one's talking about this, by the way. No one. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly just do this. Then I'll quickly go here, zoom in. I'll come back to the chart. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. We just got what may be the most bearish signal you could get on Bitcoin. The cloud on the 3-day time frame has flipped red. Okay. This needs to undo itself and persist. It really needs to. Okay. Until then, this signal has always led to a Bitcoin bear market. Always. Okay, always. I'm going to show it to you guys. In fact, I've already marked it out for you guys. Right over here. 2022. Bitcoin flipped red on the cloud. Remember, I just want to give you guys a quick tutorial. The cloud is forward placed by 30 bars, right? So I've gone ahead and measured 30 bars backwards to show you guys when the cloud flipped, right? All they're looking at is when the cloud flipped red, not the actual best time to put on a short trade or sell your Bitcoin, etc., etc. The cloud flipped red here. We had a push down, push up, bear market. Next time we flipped was right over here, 2019. Remember, so the first one was over here, 2022, push down, push up, bear market. Then we had one over here, 2019, push down, push up, bear market, right? Then we had one over here in 2018, right? Push down, push up, bear market. Then we had one all the way back over here in 2014, right? Again, push down, push up, long bear market. Then we had one over here. We didn't get the push down, push up over here. We just got push down, bear market, and then super cycle, right? Call it what you will. But this move over here from 122 to 60, oh, that wasn't too bad, I guess. 50% drawdown, not too bad. But it counts, right? It did signal a pretty bad bear market. Bad move at the very least. I would say that was fine considering how much Bitcoin traveled at that point. So that being said, though, the signal has never failed, right? Signal has never failed. You may be able to withstand the volatility, or you may not be. Now, you're going to have to decide as to how much weight you want to place on this signal that has never, ever failed, right? So again, right over here, 2022, got the signal, bear market. Right over here, 2019, we got the signal, we rallied, yes, but if you guys remember, if you guys are following Mango right over there, what were we looking to do? We were always looking to sell into the 104K region. Sorry, 10,400 region, right? Go back and watch those videos. This was one of the best like series of trades I've ever put on. I was so proud of myself. This entire phase over here, I'm so proud of myself. Like I look back at this phase very fondly, even though the market looks like shit. I may have been my prime execution phase. I was like young and excited and attacking the market no matter what it showed me. Oh, good times. COVID hit though, and that was great too. But again, go watch this entire phase. Mango's videos are all up over here. But either way, bear market triggered. Even though we had a rally over here too, we did push down and then push up. You could feel great about the market during those push-ups, but we had a bear market. So this is not to be ignored, guys. This is not to be ignored. You have to take this seriously. We are going to have to see Bitcoin reverse this signal for us to say that's off the table. As long as this is still intact, it's on the table. And flipping green is not going to be enough. We're going to have to see price put in higher lows above the top of the cloud over here, above $112,000 for me to be convinced that this bear signal is off the table and it got negated. Why can't it not? It definitely can. This cycle has proven to us that Bitcoin has surprised, and the only thing that we can count on Bitcoin doing is not doing what it has done in the past, right? But as long as it's in place, I'm not seeing any reason right now to not take this seriously. 2019 was mini bear. Yeah. The thing is, Julian, is it worth it though, right? To try to time how long the bear is going to be using our methodology. We can just say, hey, 6 months, right? That will be mini bear. But then at the end of the 6 months, we can assess as to whether we want to see continuation or not. If we decide that, hey, the 6 month mark is now showing us reversal signs, then yeah. But for now, just 6 months, right? Now, let's go ahead and give you guys a little bit more bearishness. If you guys remember my 6 month thesis, where you go March to August with a December kind of starter step. Then again, I should have marked March over here. It's right here. Where did my March go? Let's take this one here. Copy paste. March 2025. Okay, so you can see, right? March to August, December starter step, March to August. Like we put in these tops or lows around March and September era, right? So we use Krisha's birthday, my birthday as two benchmarks to just remember how we should be positioning. Now, if we keep, again, by the way, December, so the orange, both the orange labels are things that had not played out yet when we drew it, But now we've gone past December. So I've drawn out the zone saying that, oops, my bad. Let's go zoom in. We don't know whether Bitcoin is going to go push up into the highs in December or whether Bitcoin pushes down in December, right? It's just something, just be ready for something. We kind of bottomed around December-ish, right? For now, based on what price is doing. And now we have March to look forward to. Remember, December is not the month where something big happens. It's just something where you kind of got to watch out for a mini move. March is where we're going to have to worry, right? And based on this, if I had to just use this structure, I'd be looking at this, right? A push down into March. I think this would be painful to a lot of people personally, because it seems like everyone over here is either looking for relief rally to sell into, which is around $104,000 to $108,000. And no one is looking for these two extremes where we actually go and push into 150K, or we just go down here to like, what is this? 77K, right? 77, 60K, who knows? Those two ends seem to be the least price probabilities at the moment. So how often do the markets do that, where they say, hey, you know what? Everyone in the market is looking for relief rally. Markets give you relief rallies not because everyone's looking for relief. Markets give you relief rallies because everyone is still bullish. And then you see some relief over there. Or you see a lot of take profit opportunities. At the moment, take profit on the shorts cause a push to the upside, right? At the moment, I feel like everyone is just looking to sell. So who's going to be buying, right? Or what's going to happen is when the markets actually do rally because of take profit opportunities, we're going to see a short squeeze at those levels and we push up higher into 134, 144. So beware of us going down from here into March, and also just beware of a short squeeze where we just go into March leading into 144, 145. Either one of these two possibilities, they're both bearish, by the way. Both these moves are bearish according to what I showed you guys, right? Because you want to be selling into this move. I am not going to be ultra bullish until I see a high-low structure. And then I'll be like, okay, this entire year is going to be bullish. And we could see a huge run leading into November-ish, right? And then 2026 could be the year where Bitcoin actually sees this parabolic run and we could see upwards of $200,000. So this is a possibility, but until we actually put in that high low and we take out this high, you got to be very careful. You got to be very careful because this could end up being the case, right? So I know these are answers that you guys don't want. You guys want me to tell you, no, this is exactly what's going to happen. That's not how I make money. And I'm looking to make money. I'm not looking to be right. I don't care what you guys think. Oh, he's not giving me the right answer. Price can go up, price can go down, price can go sideways. That's what he's fucking saying. Well, fuck you, man. I don't care what you think. I want to make money, right? And yes, those are the possibilities. Now, I'm attaching probabilities to all those scenarios. And based on how price actually claims levels, we are gonna claims levels. That sounds wrong. We are gonna act based on what we are seeing. And at the moment, we're on XRP at the moment. Bitcoin is not giving us enough reason to be bearish on the lower to mid time frames, but it's not giving me enough reason to be super bullish on the high time frames. Does that make sense for you guys? Is that good enough for you guys? Any specific questions on how we're going to execute at particular levels? Ask now. Kisha says, plus maybe the whole Fed chairman election could add to the bullish expectations leading into March. I wouldn't pay attention to that at all right now. BTC reaction to bullish narratives have been quite lackluster all of last year. Yeah, there you go. That's really bearish, by the way. So any now could just give us the rally to resistance and rollover. Okay, yeah, exactly. Finally, Wolvie is also joining the side of reality. Head and shoulders and rollover to the downside, says break beats to. So basically kind of like what I've drawn here, right? I wouldn't disagree. Guys, this year is going to be difficult because we don't have a clear answer as to what direction to be playing at the moment, because we've lost the trend. When you lose trend, you go into consolidation. People think that we go bullish into bearish, right? This is because Bitcoin has done that done that in the past, where we go up and then we go down like this, right? I don't think that that's how we should be playing this, because we do not have a parabolic run. We do not have a parabolic run to the upside. So when you see something in this, how markets actually move is we trend, we lose trend, and then we consolidate, and then we decide. Markets are decided by disequilibrium between supply and demand, right? If, for whatever reason, something happens where we see a sudden huge demand come in, the demand side pressure come in that overwhelms the supply, well, the markets are going to decide upside, and we'll see the signs, right? At the moment, the only sign that we are seeing is that we are going into consolidation on the middle to higher timeframes. That's what we need to play. Don't try to play signs that aren't there for you yet. We are still holding the monthly dynamic, okay? So no reason to get aggressively short over here. We do have 2-day time frame showing upside to around 103-ish at the very least. So we have that going for us. If this rolls over and we lose this, then we're like, oh my God, now this is under pressure again. And now this may turn into a bear flag, right? And we have to respect that. So when I do start saying, oh my God, this is looking like a bear flag, don't come and tell me, oh, but just 2 weeks ago, Sean, you were saying that we're going to make it to 103. Yeah, that was while we were holding the Tenkin. If we lose the Tenkin, we lose the 10 SMA over here, well, my mind is going to change. You know why? Because I want to make money. You guys don't want to make money? You guys want to be right? Well, good luck. You're going to get poor in the long term trying to be right in the short term. Do you think utility coins make a move while the rest take a dump? Why would you separate utility coins from like normal coins? Just like we go Bitcoin and then we go shit coins, or like altcoins, okay, whatever. Like just two. Let's not add more categories. We can add more categories when the altcoins start running and we actually start seeing altcoins show like aggressive moves to the upside, and then we can say, hey, where's the outperformance within them? But for now, it's altcoins and Bitcoin, right? So I think we could see altcoins run and Bitcoin stagnate, most definitely, 100%. In fact, from what I've been seeing day after day while looking at the dashboard, right, I've been coming here and looking through the time frames. Altcoins have behaved way better relative to Bitcoin. Sorry. Damn. Altcoins have behaved way better relative to Bitcoin compared to how they were behaving throughout the bull market. So their performance relative to Bitcoin has actually been surprisingly optimistic. It's not good enough for me to be putting on hardcore positionings just yet, but if you go onto the weekly time frame, right, you're going to see surprising number, like switch to the Bitcoin pairing right over here, okay? Surprising number of coins that have held trend against Bitcoin for a long time. Like BNB over here has been 162 days long. XMR 64 days long, 2 months now. It has been long against Bitcoin. TRX, I believe, as well, 50 days. So this is not like bear market kind of signals, right? You don't see this in a bear market. So altcoins feel like they've been hammered. I feel like we have seen bifurcation on altcoins already having their bear market. And if they do have anything more, could be just one last leg, and they may be the first ones to reverse because they've been selling off for a very, very, very long time, right? Let's go take a look at a few altcoins, actually. You guys ready for that? Hey, Ben, how's it going, buddy? XRP. I've been telling you guys, as long as XRP is above the bi-weekly dynamic, stay bullish. As long as we lose the bi-weekly dynamic, this is not going to be a good sign. The monthly, we are holding it really, really, really good. So the trade on XRP is on the monthly and the bi-weekly, right? Now, here's the issue. We've lost the bi-weekly, we're holding the monthly, and on the monthly, we've also lost the neckline right over here, right? The structure. That being said, I wouldn't place as much emphasis on this compared to the bi-weekly, even though we're underneath the bi-weekly, if you guys go ahead and put a horizontal line right over here, you're going to see that the previous bi-weekly reclaimed that neckline. Now, yes, we are rejecting against the bi-weekly dynamic, and that must be respected because that's the key indicator. You can see that if you draw an arrow, you're going to see that we rejected right over here. We rejected right over here. And now we're rejecting it for the third time right over here, right? So 3 rejections. But the fact that it keeps attempting, and now that's claimed neckline, if we do see that reversal over here within the next few bi-weeklies to come, let's mark it out for you guys. Everyone who's looking to note it down, the level on XRP that we are looking for the bi-weekly to claim is around $2.22. We're going to go ahead and draw in a zone over here. And once that happens, I recommend watching Krisha's videos on a daily basis because she's likely going to start covering XRP aggressively, because we can probably look for a move that does something like this and then into this region over here. I'll mark that out. Then I'm going to go ahead and mark out this order block over here for you guys. Right, something like this. Okay. Now, if XRP can actually claim this, tap the highs, and then it's going to likely want to come in to test this region over here again. We want to see if we can put in something like this. This is going to line up with the other thesis that we drew out for Bitcoin, right? Where we said that, oh, wait a minute, Bitcoin doesn't put in a lower low here, puts in a higher low here, and then we could go into the end of the year, end of 2026, with a huge run to 200, 250, maybe 300. Who the fuck knows? Long way before we can think about that. But XRP2 at that point, we'd be looking for a huge run into the end of the year, right? But this is the work that we are going to be looking for XRP to do. Clear this order block over here, claim the bi-weekly dynamic, put in a high low above the bi-weekly dynamic, hold the bi-weekly dynamic, and then clear this region, this order block over here, because we could just put in a head and shoulders like structure, I guess, right? That's what it's going to end up looking like. Let's just draw this out visually, guys, in your heads. Don't hate me for just calling what I'm seeing. I am the guy you guys should be listening to because I have no objective bias, or rather, I'm as objective as you can be. I have no bias on XRP because I don't even know what XRP is. I have no idea, right? I'm just calling the charts. And we have a left, a head, and a right shoulder. If this breaks down, wouldn't you love to collect XRP all the way at 75? No, there's levels over here too. But there's a chance we could come down to 75 cents if we put in a head and shoulder structure here. Because head and shoulder structure is breaking down, likely going to have a trend at least down to this zone here, which is 84 cents, right? I'll be looking for this to get tapped. That's if that happens. If we clear the zone, we could be going up to like maybe $10 for all we know, right? We don't know. This is not drawn to scale. I'm glad you guys are listening to both sides, okay? Because I'm here to help you guys make money and also protect your money so that you can make money later. If you guys protect your money when things turn bad here, if they do, we don't know if they will, then how much more XRP are you guys going to be able to buy at 80 cents? Just because you call for a down move on XRP does not mean that you're an XRP hater. It means that you want to collect more XRP, right? Makes you love XRP that much more. It's like disciplining your child, right? In the long term, your child is better for it, right? You don't want to spoil your child and just hold on when the signs are saying, hey, hedge, so you can come in and support your entire community at this zone here and you get to buy more. All right, that's XRP. We got a few requests in the Mango Seed chat. If you guys have any other requests, let me know. The first request was IREN. This one is looking great on both the bi-weekly, but I like this on the monthly a lot because it's been holding it since like August 2024. Right over here, test, came down, held the core, the meat of the Mango dynamic, and then broke out again, tapped into it, the start bidding zone, looking for continuation. Of course, this can just keep going up. I believe these guys were a Bitcoin mining company that have pivoted to being data center and energy providers for AI as well. So Bitcoin, I think we're going to see many miners try to do that. Profit is going to be driving them, and that I'm not an expert on this, but that may have unintended bullish consequences for Bitcoin, right? I haven't looked into any of this at all, by the way. I'm just thinking on the fly for the first time on this, because it's the first time I got a request for something like this. I would just think, though, that if you are a Bitcoin mining company that now does have revenue stream coming in from other sources, so you're not applying all your energy to Bitcoin, that makes you a reduced seller on the margin for Bitcoin because you're mining less Bitcoin, right? Yes, you're holding less supply, but you're selling less as well. And two, you're less under pressure. You're less under pressure to sell during the boom and bust cycles because you have other sources of revenue coming in from AI, etc., etc. So yes, it may be considered bearish, but long term, is it not far healthier that you have companies that have more staying power in the market? So I would say this is long term bullish Bitcoin. The chart, though, just specifically talking about IREN, looks great. If you guys want to play it on the bi-weekly as opposed to the monthly, what you could be doing, something very similar to one of the really good trade setups that I recommend all you seedlings. Oh, by the way, quick heads up for the seedlings. I should have started off with this. I did post seed exclusive content. Sorry, watch the most recent seed clubhouse session. We go into a brainstorming session, me, Krisha, Mark, Wolvie, on various outcomes for the market and how to position for it. Very important. Raw, all of us just sharing our thoughts on the fly. I wish I could have something like that for these live streams too, where people are just going back and forth. So check out that. And then upstairs, I posted a TradFi setup, right? Very similar to our Quantum setup as well as our NASDAQ setup. Both did fantastic. So keep an eye out for that. That trade is not triggered yet, but if it does, be ready. Also posted a chart in the TradFi section under seed charts. Make sure you are keeping in touch, keeping up to date with these opportunities, because when they do come, these are trades that last months, in fact years, right? And they're more like wealth building trades. Now, IREN too, if you are looking to play IREN on the bi-weekly, you can kind of combine the monthly and the bi-weekly using that video that I just most recently posted on Seed Clubhouse, Seed exclusive content. Now, ETH was another request that we got. ETH over here is looking great and looking bad too, based on the candlestick structure. But if you look at the Mango dynamic on the bi-weekly, now you guys can take a screenshot of this if you guys don't have access to the Mango dynamic. You can see that's holding the Mango dynamic. You can even turn on your start bidding and end bidding zone, and it's still looking fantastic. So both ways, looking great. You can keep it clean if you want to. I like this way better because if it does break the start bidding zone, likely going to see continuation to the upside over here. ETH might be hinting at a structure that I don't think too many people are looking at. You guys are seeing this? Basically, massive head and shoulders, like the psychology of the head and shoulders at the very least. Push down, market tries to push up again, says nope, you push back down, put in a new low, market pushes up again, says nope, push down, but now you put in a higher low, right? Market's like, nope, we are not going to see continuation. But because of this, market is expecting continuation towards the downside. As soon as we take out this level, all of those traders get invalidated and you see a big squeeze to the upside. You're going to see a chase for ETH against Bitcoin, which could play out in many ways. This could be a bearish tilt to it on the USD chart, or could happen on a bullish tilt to it on the USD chart, pushing Bitcoin to maybe $200,000 while ETH completely outperforms, going to numbers that people cannot even fathom. So let's say Bitcoin 2x's goes up to 200,000, ETH could 4x for that matter. And what's ETH even sitting at USD terms right now? $3,000, right? Pushes ETH to like 9,000 to 12,000. The trend of ETH is so strange considering the high probability of Bitcoin bear market this year, right? All coins in general, by the way, are showing strength, Wolvie, which is why, like, look at this on SUI, right? If you look at Bitcoin, this same structure that Sui put in, right, which is the bear flag that has broken to the upside, Bitcoin is behind on it on the bi-weekly, right? You can see that Bitcoin still has work to do to catch up to Sui. We'll keep this on the monthly though for now. So there are many coins that are showing strength compared to Bitcoin. Worth watching, worth watching. Any other requests? We got a request for Cardano. Let's go look at Cardano. ADA USDT. Eesh. Still looking like has a lot of pressure, man. Don't like it. We put in a short signal over here. Did trigger. Yeah. Hush thick if you're still here. I mean, there's support here, 27 cents. But long ways down, currently sitting at 39. It's almost like the sellers have reached max exhaustion, considering that the alts never got a bull. Many holders might be underwater. No one willing to sell at these prices. You could see capitulation through just time, Grisha. Like people might just be like, fuck it, been holding for so long. There's so many markets that are running. I'm gonna go buy silver, I'm gonna buy gold. Can we look at XLM too? Yeah, for sure. XLM. This is against Bitcoin. Short against Bitcoin. So this is essentially saying that why buy XLM and you can stay safer and buy Bitcoin. Support's coming in at 9 cents. That's really far away, man. And like, just so you guys know what I'm looking at this here. Support at 9 cents. Price is sitting at 22. Resistance at 36. We're closer to resistance than we are to support. And the weekly saying short. I don't like this. So things flipped on XLM to XLM. Was it one of the ones that was looking good though? Yeah, it broke structure here too, man. See this? See this red zone? That the good thing about XLM is that it's still very close to resistance. Sorry, close to the support that it flipped. That is now it is resistance, but it just lost its support, and it's holding that though. They're not seeing immediate continuation, but you kind of want to hedge against that. Tan, if you've not hedged against that and you bought it at that red box zone, if you bought close to the support zone over here, you're in a good spot to hedge some. Again, not financial advice. I'm just an idiot with curly hair who has no idea what he's talking about on the goddamn internet. Why would you listen to someone like me? That being said, that's what I would do. XPR network. I've never heard of this one, man. What's it about? SPR, Special Petroleum Reserve. XPR is not even on the dashboard. Why is that? Is it a new coin? XPR market cap. XPR against Tether. Is it this one? This is not bad in terms of like its most recent, not most recent price action, like multiple bi-weeklies of selling, but we're sitting on support over here, right? So you can't be bearish over here until it loses this level over here. But if it does lose this level, in fact, we can push this all the way here. It's holding higher time frame support, and this can come all the way over here. And let's see this low. Is it holding? Yeah, it is. Yeah, so you could play the support and resistance to the top of the range over here, especially if it does come back down to 0.02. This is a really good bid opportunity because you can see how key this level has been, right? And then it broke and immediately made its way to the top of the range. So now again over here, it retested and immediately went to the top of the range. So could it do that again? Give you 2 trades to that range. If it does do that, it's likely gonna make its way up like this, and then you have a W-like formation, could break up, could see resistance again, could simply range here. So how much is that percent wise from bottom to the top? Good 167% trade, not bad. Kusha's pulling the plug on me because it's been more than an hour. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Check out CANTON, CC, USDT on MEXC. Ooh, not bad, man. Held structure, held the high low. I'll come back. Okay, I want to finish this up first. Yeah, this is trending. As long as it's holding this low here, it almost broke it, but bull stepped in to hold it, which is good, really good, right? Tenkin is being held as well, reclaimed it. So you could play the 6-hour cloud on this one. Tenkin claims the Kijun. Kijun lives on the price and price over the Tenkin as well. So basically price over the Tenkin, Tenkin over the Kijun. You have a double bullish cross over the cloud. I'd just play the trend at that point. As long as it's holding the Tenkin and Kijun, of course, you're looking for, this is like healthy trend structure on the 6-hour. Really healthy. On the 4-hour, we might be getting the first sign of the double cross, but double cross is going to be within the cloud on both price as well as Tenkin Kijun. So 6 hours, what you're looking for over here, and price over the Kijun, Tenkin over the Kijun, and then continuation. This is good. This is one of the better looking charts. Not sure what CANTON is, not sure what XPR is. You guys are on the ball. I have to commend both of you. These are two great charts. Good find. XPR network. Okay, no one explained what XPR is to me. And CANTON too. I'll look into these later. Thanks for the suggestions, guys. Appreciate it. 1 hour when I do get tired. Do you guys enjoy these live streams, by the way? I'll do them maybe every week around Tuesdays or Mondays. If enough of you guys enjoy them, I'll do them regularly. With that, I think we should wrap up. Is there anything I did not cover? That's why I wouldn't buy it now. Cheers, Santiago. Good to see you in here, man. With that, keep it easy, keep stress-free, keep it mango. Make sure you join us at our Discord at themangoway.com/Discord. Thank you all for joining. I love you all. See you guys in the next one. Ciao. Oh, easy shot as in your buddy. Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Did I cover the Powell Trump news? I mean, what's there to cover there, man? What's there to cover? It's the most ridiculous shit ever. There's nothing to say. There's nothing to say. I don't think you guys should be following it at all. Don't watch the news and expect Bitcoin to do XYZ because Powell said something. Don't expect Bitcoin to do ABC because Trump said something. It's all irrelevant. It's all that's going to matter is how the month ends up closing on this chart. How I suggest watching the entire stream, man. Do we see what I want us to see on this chart over here, as well as what we talked about on the bi-weekly dynamic? And then we should not discount two things. A good way to end off the stream is to summarize these two ideas. What I talked about over here in regards to the bears being surprised by us not seeing the resistance that everyone expects to see at 104 to 108, and instead us going and tapping the highs into 134, 135, and then we see the bear move that they did expect, but at that point they're all washed out, used all their liquidity, and we get a move. Again, I drew it out. Watch for that. That's the bear move. Sorry, that's the bull move into the bear move, or we get the bear move directly right here. This is very important. Very important. Right? I mean, it looks like a perfect bear flag into bi-weekly dynamic, into breakdown into Kusha's birthday, right? Then finally, I went over a signal that has never failed us. A bear signal that has never failed us. Cloud flip red, right over here, bear market. Cloud flip red, right over here, push, bear market. Cloud flip red, right over here, push, bear market. Cloud flip red, right over here, push, bear market. Cloud flip red, right over here, down, bear market. So, lot of work to be done by the bulls, but the bears need to claim the monthly dynamic.